February 2001, I kind of experienced like a near-death experience. I was 4 years old, and me and my mum decided that we were going to go swimming in the old Elsie. And of course we were having a lot of fun, and we were in the children's section. About this time, the children's section was also connected to the adult section. So when, like, say for example, the wave machine was on, it also kind of transferred to the children's section. My mum just kept a careful eye on me, but she looked away for a few seconds. It only takes a few seconds for things to change. And I slipped on the pirate ship, and I fell into the deeper water then, which is the adults kind of section. There was also a wave machine, like at that time, so that when I went under, I got like kind of stuck underneath the waves. This boy saw me falling, and he informed one of the lifeguards that, a little girl had fallen in the water. So the lifeguards managed to, get me out of the water. But at that time, my heart stopped beating, and I suppose I went blue. So I was, dead really. The lifeguards didn't really have the adequate kind of training at the time, and they didn't really know what to do. I suppose they were panicking. There just happened to be a mother and a son who were both trained doctors in the cafe bit overlooking the pool, and they'd seen that there was like a commotion going on with the lifeguards, and like they were trying to work out what the best action was. They decided to intervene, and they decided to kind of take over the CPR and try to resuscitate me. My mum, started worrying the worst then when she saw the lifeguards, and the doctors carrying out CPR. So when she actually realised it was me, of course she panicked, and she was, afraid and scared. And she also started praying to God as well, that I'd be safe and that I'd be okay and that I'd recover. And that's probably the best thing you can do, when you're in like these situations, is to cry out for God. And my mum did, and thankfully, the people who took over, the two doctors, the mother and the son, they managed to, bring me back to life really. I did go to hospital, and my mum and the other doctors, when I got there, were worried that maybe I had some kind of brain damage or kind of side effect from the, from my accident. But my mum knew that I was going to be okay, and that there was no kind of damage to my brain or anything, because when we were going down the ward, when I was on the stretcher, I could name all the Disney characters that were painted in the wards. And she knew then that God had intervened and that I was going to be okay. But of course then they had to follow this up with scans and all sorts of things. So when I had brain scans, for example, they found no water on the brain, and they were like, I can't believe that this child has been in a drowning accident. So you wouldn't have thought that. She looks completely normal. The doctors, the mother and son, they just happened to be there at the right time. And God puts people in your life that will just completely transform and change your life for the better and will help you. And that was the prime example for that. The God I believe in is powerful, and he also hears our cries when we need him to be there. I should be dead, but God intervened into my life, and he transformed my life for the better, and I am alive now.